What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Happy 4th of July. I'm actually recording this Friday. I ended up having some plans that came up to have some fun this weekend. So we're going to have some fun. What's funny is I've been grinding so much on this stuff that I had to think about the last time I actually went out and did something, whether it was with friends or family or whatever, and it's probably been like months. And that's something I'm going to try to work on, which is, as much as I want to grind this stuff, and I keep using not wanting to work at my job anymore as a reason to just literally ignore everything else. Mentally, it's something that I've recognized that I need to get a little bit better at. I don't have to necessarily go play on a casino boat every week, every day of the week. But, one day a week, maybe just going out and doing a magic draft or hanging out with some people in real life is going to be good. And the last couple weeks really kind of helped me see that. So before we get into the topic of the day and how thankful I am for, where I live and where I was born in the country and my plan going forward, if you do not know who I am, my name is Bronzgod and I sell trading cards on Tcgplayer and eBay. We've been doing about $40,000 a year in sales, mostly in bulk, which we are looking to ramp up in the end of the year. We do have a few other channels in the description, one for giving, one for weight loss. So if either of those interest you, feel free to check them out. As well as some affiliate codes. I was lazy. I usually set my camera up right there, and I've been scanning cards like a madman to upload when I get back, which we're going to be doing another video on. My camera's tilted and everything. Everything's all out of sorts. So let's get this set up. So I might be biased. I live in America. America is the greatest country in the world. There are a lot of things that we are afforded, a lot of freedoms that we get, and one of them is to chase our dreams, and my dream is cardboard, just like many of you who might be watching. And it's easy sometimes to let those dreams, like a dream of a new chair, kind of get in your way. And this last week or two, with all the short swift talk and this, that, the other, it really kind of got me in a negative headspace. Not the platform itself or the person, because interviewing Micah was great. But I think what I realized is after I sold that giant, backlog of bulk that I had, it made me think of a couple things that I need to do, and maybe that I didn't do correctly. I know my prioritization skills are not the best. It's something I've been working on. It's something I've talked to you guys about a lot. But I like doing it. I've said it before, and I have failed in believing what I say, but there are more than one ways to succeed in this business. And what I've learned from selling all that bulk, which I will do again in some point in the future, is I can do that and succeed, but I can't ignore the other stuff, right? So, for example, I've got like this stack of cards here we're doing today. That's probably about $1,000 worth of stuff I've been sitting on. I got some more mildly heavy play stuff here. I've got a bunch of bulk that I want to sort through and get listed. And I did some of that today, but now we got to do some of this. We have to do this proportionally to make sure this all works. And what I was doing before was ignoring all that. And once people that I like and respect, like, RNG and Phantom and a few others started kind of talking about these other platforms and whatnot, I want to make sure I use the right words here. I put on myself. And there were a couple random comments that kind of pissed me off, like that video I made the other day. But I put on myself like I was not doing things correctly. When you see other people succeeding at doing things the other ways, even if you're doing fine, it's going to make you second guess what you're doing. And instead of just taking a second and going, okay, well, hey, different strokes for different folks. That's working well for them. I've obviously had success through doing the things the way that I do. I instantly, and this is a personality trait and a big flaw of mine, is I instantly second guessed myself and then thought I had to just redo the entire way I've done everything. And that was the wrong way to go about it. And I was having a hard time really talking about how I felt about those things because I didn't want anyone to get mad or angry or upset. But you know, sometimes when you're telling the truth, that stuff hurts. So throughout all this stuff I've learned, and now I know what I want to do, at least for now. We're listing everything again. I love doing that. Now, I mentioned in the other video that, you know, we're going to do limits on stuff, and we are, but we're going to be leaving direct. I have a buddy who, like, they lost like $1,000 return invoice. They're starting to give me problems on getting my return invoices done in time. You know, the sell through's faster, but there's just little things that the time saved that I'm supposed to be getting, I'm not really feeling, so I'm just going to leave that for now. For now, I will get on direct again another day. I'll have the sales to do it. It's not a problem. But we're going to go back to listing everything. It's going to be fun. I like all that stuff. I'm just I decided I'm perfectly comfortable with, I'm not worried about spending a little extra time to make a little less money. I'm not. I know that's not for everybody. I know sometimes in the middle of me doing that, I will be thinking, man, I wish I was doing the other stuff. But deep down, I don't mind and I don't care. We are cranking on eBay. We're about to hit $4,000 in sales on that. I thought I did a recap video on that this week and I completely forgot. So we're going to be doing another one to cover the last 2 weeks. But there are other wheels finally churning, and it's going to start turning into a whole ecosystem, the ecosystem that I always wanted to begin with. And it takes a lot for you to be honest with yourself on how you feel and how you want to do things. With my weight loss stuff, I actually just recorded that video. It's going out in a couple of days. I lost like 7 pounds this week. And I had to be honest with myself this past week that I wasn't doing enough. I kept telling myself that I was going to get on track and I wasn't. And even though we still didn't fully commit, we did enough to be able to have a good week. And whether it's me or people way huger than me, or whether it's someone in real life that you look up to or you aspire to be, or you just want what they have, it's okay to get there however you want to get there. I have to keep reminding myself that this is not a competition. I use people above me or that are in better that I perceive to be in a better spot than me as a benchmark to shoot for. I don't look at it as a competition per se, as like they're better than me because they're farther than me. I use it as I want what they have, so what can I do to get that? Because I want that. And that's where I get lost in the sauce, because when I get to that point, sometimes I start really questioning my reality on what I'm truly doing is right. And that's where having conviction in how you handle business and how you do things can help. So my big learning experience the last couple of weeks is having more confidence in myself and what I'm capable of doing, because I know I'm capable of it. You guys have seen it. I know I've you know, the whole that thing, blah 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 blah. I know I can do it. I've been there. but we had a moment of weakness, and now we get to persevere, and now we get to learn and grow from that. So we're going to be listing everything. We're going to be cranking out eBay listings. We're going to be more consistent with that. And, you know, comparing it to like America and the Fourth and all that stuff. It's maybe a little bit too much, but it's what this country is all about, right? It's, you get a second chance. You get to learn from your mistakes. There's a lot of places that if you make a mistake, you're done. There's no coming back. There's no second chances. There's no getting out of jail. And especially in this country and especially in this business, the one thing that will get you out of almost every scenario is work. You can outwork a bad decision in this hobby. It's going to suck. It might be way more time than you want to spend, but spending more hours than you want and selling cards for a little less than you want and insert whatever you want. There is a way to fix literally almost every problem in this hobby. You just have to be willing to do it. I am willing to do it. I know you're willing to do it. And it's going to be exciting to see what the next 6 months of this year holds. Yeah, man, it's liberating when you have these like moments of clarity, of realizing that you're doing something wrong, or you're having a bad take, or that's why I get so angry at people that don't have the ability to have self-reflection. Because I have no problem admitting to myself that I'm being an asshole or a jerk, or a double talker where I say one thing and I do another. Whether it's good intentioned or not, double speak is double speak. But we're all human, and all you can do is learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, that's on you. But it's been a good couple years, and we made some mistakes this year, and we live in a place where we get to fix those mistakes. And this month we're going to be righting a bunch of wrongs and getting back on track. I'm trying to get as much stuff scanned as I can today. I'm shooting for like 20 to 30,000 cards. Hopefully we get close to that. If not, then we got another week. And as long as we keep on track and we plan things out the best we can and do the best we can with that, we'll be fine. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. So, wherever you want to sell, wherever you want to list, just know that I'm here for you. Plenty of other people out there for you. If you want to talk shop, join the Discord. We'll be having fun there. I'm going to take a nice load off for a day or two. Really just clear the mind, hit the reset, come back on Monday, and we're going to do this thing. We are going to be slinging cardboard like no other business. We're going to start getting back to those 100, 200 card orders. I don't care how much crap I get that I could have sold it for possibly more on eBay, this, that, the other. The cross listing, I'm going to put things where I want to put them. They're going to sell. It might take more time to do it, but that's what I like. That's what I want to be at right now. I sometimes forget that I'm just a small seller. I feel big because I've got a living room with a shelving and stuff, but I'm still just like I'm just like everyone else. I'm just a small guy trying to make his way, and it's okay to walk before you crawl. The next. There's always going to be a next and best, right? So if you miss out on this one, there's going to be another one 6 months from now. So try not to get lost in the sauce like I did, is basically what I'm trying to say after I've been rambling for I don't know how long. But you guys wouldn't be here if you didn't know it would be a ramble fest from time to time. So I'm going to finish up here the next couple hours, get as much stuff as I can listed, go have some fun, go watch some fireworks, go eat some burgers, and we'll see you back on Monday. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th. Hope you are safe. Don't go blowing off any fingers, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.